Hey everybody, welcome to Business in a Box. In this series of videos, what we're going to do is break down the different Coda docs that can really run your business. So in this series, we're going to start with OKRs. How can you create a Coda doc that helps you keep people accountable, track your goals, track your key results, and make sure that you hit them every single time? So let's take a look. Here we are in a brand new, clean little Coda doc. The first thing I want to do, of course, is I want to name it. So we'll call this Company OKRs. And let's go ahead and pick a nice little icon for ourselves. I personally think this one's kind of cool. Little corporate person, that's fun. Now what we want to do is create the first section, and this page is going to be called OKRs. Now we could make a table from scratch, but one of the things that I always like to do is save a little bit of time. And that's why I always recommend, if you're getting started with OKRs, go to this plus sign and choose Show Templates. That'll open up the in-doc templates you can choose from. Or if you're feeling kind of fancy, you can always just type a backslash and then start typing for the template you're looking for. And in this case, Team Goals is one of them that we can choose from. I'm going to go ahead and give that a click. And this is going to pull up a starter template that I can use to then make my own. So let's see what's going on here under the hood. This is made up of two different tables that work together. An objectives table where we track our goals, and then a key results table. Now you'll notice both of these tables do have buttons, and these buttons are configured to automatically add a new row to their respective table. So if I right click to see what's under the hood here, notice this new objective button adds a row to objectives, and then it just goes ahead and adds it there. If I wanted to open the row for editing to be able to kind of create a form pop-up, I can just toggle that right on. And if I don't really like this purple, no problem. You could just switch to green, and you could even add a, sort of an icon of your choice. So maybe a little exclamation point or a cool little zappy zap, either one, entirely up to you. The same kind of button is down here for key results, exact same configuration, except that it's adding those key results here to this table instead of the objectives table. So then the other thing that we have going on here is we have a lookup from one table to the other. Because if you think about objectives and key results, there's a bit of a hierarchy there, right? An objective contains a bunch of key results. So we might as well make a more formal connection, and that's what this template's done for us. So if we scroll and take a look at this key results table here, notice that the goals kind of look a little bit different. They have that little outline on them, and if you hover over them, it shows you all of the details about it. That's because this is a special kind of column type called a lookup column. And it allows you to pull information from other tables in your Coda doc. So if I were to click on this top part and say, hey, show me the options here, this allows me to see how this is put together. I select the table that I want to pull from, in this case objectives, and you could say, oh, multiple selections are okay, yes or no, and then be able to make some other changes here. So now if I were to add a new key result by clicking the New Key Result button, I could go ahead and choose whichever goal I wanted to from that core table. Goal number 1 sounds good. And then we could call this key result number 4, and maybe the owner is Lucky Me, Maria Marquis. We could go ahead and put that there. So now if I scroll back up, notice goal number 1 now has that key result number 4, and it shows me all of the details. So this is actually a bit of a formula at play. So let's see what's going on under the hood here. This is kind of the other way connection. So we'll click on this top part. Notice it has an F that lets me know, hey, there's a formula happening. And if I give that a click, I can go ahead and choose to edit the formula, and this shows me how it's all put together. So let's break this formula down. What it's doing is it's looking at the key results table. It's then filtering by the objective is equal to whatever the objective in this row is, in this case, goal number 1, and then it's just making a bulleted list for me. So it's a pretty straightforward formula here, and it's all pre-set up for you. The other thing I love is that as you update progress down here, maybe you're now at 5%, it's going to update all the way up at the top as well. And we've got some conditional formatting happening. So this is actually a pretty sophisticated table setup, and it's all taken care of for you. So now all you need to do is decide, how do I want to customize this for my business? The best way to think about customizing is just by adding new columns. And we would do that just by hovering here, clicking on that little blue plus sign, and then you can add whatever column type you like. Maybe you want a checkbox for when it's complete. Maybe you want to have the person who's accountable for this particular objective. Maybe you want it to be a button or an image that kind of inspires you. One that I see though all the time that people want to add to their OKR tables is what team is it associated with? Particularly if you're doing OKRs across your entire business, you want to be able to see how it is distributed across your teams and your departments. So what we're going to do here is we are going to add a new column. We're going to call this the team column. And what we're going to do here is we're actually going to do some cross-doc. So we're going to pull information in from another Coda doc that's separate. Now let's imagine that we have a company wiki, and this wiki has an area where we've got all of the teams. Notice we've got the team table here, the awesome team, super team, and fantastic team, as well as the managers over here on the side. Well, what we can do instead of retyping this, we can actually pull that information in from elsewhere. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pull in a team table. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and expand this left side. I'm going to create a new option here. We're going to call this the teams. And now what I can do is I can import in from that other Coda doc. I'm going to do that by clicking on plus, and we'll choose sync right here. And then notice over here on the side we can choose cross-doc. I could choose from a pack, but in this case I want to pull from another Coda doc. There it is, my handy little company wiki. And then it's going to show me all the tables that are inside of it. In this case, I want to pull in that teams table. All I then do is just drag and drop that right on in here. It's going to pull in all of that data for me. And I can now then, just like we saw with the lookup table to pull those goals into the key results table, we can do the same thing, but with the teams table. So for example, if I head on back to that OKR center, and let's just get rid of this over here on the side, we can now click on the top. Instead of choosing a text column, we'll go ahead and say, hey, give me that lookup column. And notice teams is now listed here because it's a table in this doc. I can go ahead and choose that right like so. And now from this drop-down menu, I can choose awesome team, super team, and then of course the fantastic team needs a little bit more things on their plate as well. So we can go ahead and just say, press enter to add a new goal as well. So goal number 3, and we're going to give this to the fantastic team. There we go. Now, the nice thing is that as you make these changes everywhere, if you scroll on down and want to add a new key result, notice we now have goal number 3 immediately available, and we hover over that and it shows us it belongs to the fantastic team. And if we were to go back to this company wiki over here, let's say we have a new team spin up. This is going to be the really cool team, and this one's going to be run by Al. Now, if we head back to our company OKRs Coda doc, over here on the team, notice it says it synced a minute ago, but we can just do another little sync option here to do a manual sync immediately. There it is. We have the really cool team. And then if we were to head back to the OKRs and maybe we want to add a new objective by clicking a button this time, we could say, all right, goal number 5, and this one is going to be for the really cool team. So by having all of those connections pre-built using lookup columns and crossdoc, now you only have to worry about making an update once, and then everywhere else is automatically up to date immediately. So this is the first step, building our core template. Check out the next video where we take a look at how we can really make this come alive in even more ways. All right, I'll see you next time.